We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SidescrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, which means it's finished. Strong Friday. Hello, hello. Good to see you. I'm Stuttering Craig. My, oh my, do we have a brilliant show lined up for you guys with pages and pages of things to go through today. Guided, as always, by the one Womanian queen, Blabs.
Hello, it's Friday.
Yes,
We survived the week.
We did it.
Nobody exploded.
Here's the thing. This week, more than ever, on Tuesday when we're saying, will we have a country? On Wednesday, we got a fucking country. Let's go.
Indeed.
Well, we're glad you're here. We got a great show for you guys and a couple great guests today, starting first and foremost with our friend from Florida, Reina Creole. I totally butcher it. Hold on. Blabs, give her an intro. Hold on.
Okay. The one and only absolute theme park extraordinaire and Harry Potter lover, Reina.
Hey!
I feel like I should be rolling in with like a Slytherin box, box
Just
of
a bunch
row.
of snakes behind you coming in like, here we're here.
Great to see
I
you.
am
How's
so
everything
glad
going
to
on?
be here.
How's everything going in Florida? Did you survive the hurricane and all that over there?
Oh, survived the hurricane, survived early voting. I mean, it's all cool and copacetic. It's always been like that down here.
A question, and I know you're not totally intertwined with the voting process down in Florida, but how the fuck do they do it so efficiently there when everybody else in the country has no idea how to count?
Well, at one point in time, Florida was the butt of the joke, the whole hanging Chad thing, and didn't have their processes together. And well, first of all, folks, 80% of Florida is like rural,
Rural.
not a whole lot. We don't say not a whole lot of infrastructure, but not a whole lot of people. Like there's Miami, there's Orlando, there's Jacksonville, there's Tampa, and there's whatever that's in between.
Mm-hmm.
So after that public shaming, Florida got their stuff together. And can I just tell you, compared to Pennsylvania, that can never get their act together now, Florida, please scan my license. Here you go. We see who you are. Sign right here. Go ahead and vote. Boom. Done. We had all our returns counted.
I'm sorry, Lorena. Can we stop down for a second? I apologize. Did you say show your ID?
Yes.
Oh.
Show your ID, which is something that Pennsylvania really didn't ask me to do back.
Lorena, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break the news to you, but
You are racist.
Well, I guess I got to set the timer back, right?
sorry to break the news to you. Also joining us today, in addition to Lorena, the host of the Trent Report. It's John F. Trent. John, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good to be here. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. You got some big news today, huh?
Yeah, today will be my last day with that park place, and I am moving on to Fandom Pulse. So got a lot of stuff happening there, a lot of stuff in the works. So we're really excited about that.
There you go, guys. Head on over and check out Fandom Pulse. Is right there, ready to go, ready for you to check it out. So heading over there, you see John F. Trent right there. Look at that. That's crazy. Nice. Good stuff. Congratulations on the move, and best of luck to you, my man. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, we do have a great show ahead of you. Obviously, I forgot. Reina, where can everybody find you before we get into it? How the hell did I tell you?
Oh, well, you can find me a couple places. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X, just popping off with all kinds of hot takes and usually being called a racist every other week. And of course, you can find me on YouTube as well.
There you go. All right.
Those are
we do have
every other week. Those are rookie numbers.
We got to pop up those rookie numbers, Lorena. That's right.
Okay, I gotcha.
Only every needs to bump it up to every day or so. You'll get there for sure. So, but yeah, we got a good show for you guys lined up. We're going to be getting into some breaking news coming out of or breaking rumors, we should probably say, coming out of the Rocksteady universe. We got a lot of theme park stuff. We got a couple theme park experts with us today, so we're going to talk about that. We have an update on Halo soundtrack. We have a really interesting discovery when it comes to Dragon Age Veilguard compared to it's been such a tremendous success that the true numbers are starting to come out. We also have an update on the Palworld Nintendo lawsuit, and of course we have some meltdowns when it comes to what happened on Tuesday, because hey, that's just the way it is. The video game industry is nuts, and we are here to talk about it, which once again reclaim some sanity along the way. But first, I'd like to remind you guys we are live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Make sure you guys head over there and hit the follow button. I think we've got to be closing in on 10,000 followers at this point, right? Got to be close. Now we're closing in on 9,000. Let's get over there. Let's get those rookie numbers up right there. Crazy. But we love our rumblers over there. It's great. We also have the X account where you can watch the show and find out who's going to be on the show simply by following us over at Side Scroller Pod. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow us for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, Craig is going to swing a bat at your knees like a Nancy Kerrigan style and Tanya Harding.
Can I be real? Can I be real about that?
Yeah.
In a weird, sick, twisted way, it seems kind of satisfying. Right? Doesn't it? Just be able to take it. No?
No, it's taking a bat to an innocent woman's leg. So
No, definitely not a woman. Like John's knee or something like that. It'd be okay if it was John.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Pretty
agile.
I'm
just saying.
You gotta
catch him
your
first.
swings there.
like a pinata out there. John's over there jumping around, swinging like crazy. Well, we also have that Kick account where you can head over there at kick.com/sidescrollers, and of course the audio version of the show over on Apple Podcast and Spotify, and the brand new Shorts channel at Side Scroller Shorts over on YouTube, where you can watch totally out of context things said, probably like me talking about a pinata hitting John in the knees,
or the ocean,
or the ocean.
I guess you didn't see yesterday's video. That's fine.
No,
Thanks for catching up, Craig.
I lived it, Blabs.
You weren't there. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. You're right. I didn't live it. You're right. It's true. I was gone for a little bit. But of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Join the 106,467 normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment space. We appreciate you guys. Let's do our best to get to 1,337 likes. That super uber elite number. And of course, if you really want to support us, you can head over to sidescrollerspodcast.com and become a awesome supporter over there. Of course, today's episode is brought to you by the Real Game Awards. You can use promo code SIDESCROLLERS and get $5 off your voting membership over there. So head over to the Real Game Awards. All categories are up, all 25 of them for you to put in your nominations. We'll begin voting in December. And right now we just crossed 600 voting members over there, which is spectacular. So keep on keeping on over there. So thank you guys very much. With that said, ready to roll. Lorena, you got some weird things going on at the mic levels. Everything okay? Are we okay?
Lorena's good. She's good.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, there's some weird stuff going on with the StreamYard software. So y'all need to fix that.
Yeah, in the last week or two, it's been interesting, StreamYards.
Yes. Yeah.
Affiliate link down below.
Fatal J says, "Oh my gosh, you guys have Lorena on here. She is famous."
Hey, Fatal for the Dark Council.
All right, let's go. And Ballin' Midgets came in, says, "I'm straight, by the way. And now that T-Man is president, do I still have to introduce myself this way?" Yes, you do. Every time you come into the super chat, you have to establish the fact that you're in my case, I like to open the show with, I am a white straight male wearing a baseball cap and a gray T-shirt. I also like women. I feel like that's very important that we should start
Is no one gonna mention his username? Ballin' Midgets? Is that what it was? Like
What?
Yeah, perfect name. Ballin' Midgets.
I like it. Eric Goff came in.
He's going to join Craig on the baseball team with the baseball bat.
Ballin' Midgets.
Hit them homers, you know.
Oh man.
Eric Goff came into the five as Phantom Brave, the Lost Hero, launches January 30th, 2025 for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Hey, Eric, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate that. That's fun. Really appreciate that. Thomas says, Craig not hitting a woman's knees, equal rights, equal fights. Oh, my God. Where's that psycho from? Well, I guess she was from Kotaku. Now she's not anymore. She doesn't want. Epic Mike said she wanted to fight the Kotaku blogger. What's her name again? Alyssa. Yes.
I don't know. That chick that has me blocked because I called her out for being racist.
Well, tell me something I didn't know, Reina. You know, that's crazy.
Well, you're no longer blocked, technically speaking, thanks to that new unblock thing. So you can still see her tweets and all that. You just can't comment, like, or like share it or anything. Yeah.
Oh God, I'd rather waterboard myself. Anyway.
You know, it's funny to see you're kind of like at a certain point we were just, you know, Blab's been saying like don't talk about her, but I think the general sentiment along the way is like she's had her time. Like the play toy is done. I think
she's kind of on her way out, but I think also if we just ignore her, she'll go on her way out even faster.
She'll be that much faster to
disappear.
Spreading her butt cheeks on OnlyFans, which will be great. So.
Oh my God! Like the glass chairs.
Oh! I need brain bleach for that. Sorry.
I'm sure Betty Midler has some if you want to take some.
Lorena, you don't need to think about it when I say it. I'm just saying you don't need to like.
No. That's just how my brain works, and it's just like wait, but okay, delete that from the memory bank. Delete that.
That's usually an episode of Side Scrollers. After people watch it, they're like, delete that. It's done. There we go. And Mando Raider came in and says, just in case it ain't talked about, 20-year anniversary of Halo 2. Well, we do have some Halo news for you today, Mando. We're going to get into that. So. But before we get into that, Blabs, please fill us in on today in video game history.
Okie dokie. So today, November 8th, we have Counter-Strike turning 24 years old back in 2000. We have the absolute shittiest Harry Potter game releasing back in 2005. And then we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 releasing back in 2011. Yay!
Okay, Blabs, thank you for that. Y'all have any memories of any of those games? Obviously, Counter-Strike, pretty big one along the way. John, you play Counter-Strike?
No, but I knew a lot of people who did, but I never really got into shooters. Shooters just were never my thing. I always played like RTS and RPGs and 4X strategy games like Civ and stuff like that.
Sure. Well, some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, include Mario Party Tennis for the GameCube, released 20 years ago in 2004. Gun was released in 2005 for the Xbox in particular. Remember Gun? That's what a great.
Look at Lorena's smiling over there. She's like, "You fucked up, chick. You fucked up."
What?
What are you talking about?
She's having a good time at the list that I didn't put on my list.
Another game you missed out on 12 years ago, My Little Pony Magic Princess for the iPad, Blabs.
The iPad?
I don't know. Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS was also released 12 years ago in 2012. Harvest Moon Sky Tree Village for the 3DS 8 years ago. Death Stranding released 5 years ago today for the PlayStation 4, the walking simulator. And also New Super Lucky Tale, which was the squirrel making his way around for the Switch 5 years ago. And 2 years ago, Sonic Frontier in 2022. So there you go. There's also a game called, well, I know they made a Cobra Kai 1, but they made a Cobra Kai 2. Do you know they made 2 games about Cobra Kai?
No, I had not heard of that.
Yeah, me neither.
He's going to go and download it.
Didn't know we needed.
Later.
I know. Guys, I got to go right now. I got to get my Switch, start downloading Cobra Kai. Dojo's rising. Sorry. That's hilarious. All right. Hey, and Tominator came in, says, for those worried about Mass Effect, you may want to check out Exodus, being made by a bunch of ex-BioWare employees, including Drew Carfish. Drew, lead writer of KOTOR and Mass Effect. Thanks, Tominator.
Okay.
Appreciate that. All right, good note. Good. Wait to look out. Look out for that Exodus right there. And listen to this. Speedy Cake came in with a $25 direct donation. Says, good day. Good day, all. Hope your weekend goes well. I'm buying my first appliance not related to gaming tomorrow. Hooray for adulting. It's a myriad cost. Sarcasm. Also, YouTube takes offense to something in this message. Well, thanks, Speedy Cake. Appreciate you. It was probably you said appliance. YouTube is really weird about the word appliance.
I hope you have a fridge. It's your first appliance you're buying and you haven't bought a fridge, or
dude,
that's a pretty important one.
Best appliance in your house. Best appliance that you have. Lorena, go. Best appliance.
Best appliance that I have, my Keurig.
You're going for the coffee route. All right, John.
Yeah, I need coffee.
Fridge. Your fridge. The fridge keeps things cold, and then usually comes with a freezer now. So you can freeze your stuff. Freeze the
double
meat.
Up right there.
Yeah.
Blabs.
I'd have to say the fridge. Oh, but does a shower count as an appliance too?
No.
Because
No.
Okay, then no. Well, I mean it's installed, right? So anyway, yeah, I'll have to go fridge or microwave or stove.
I mean, everybody's wrong. It's clearly the air fryer. The air fryer is the greatest appliance.
Dang it. I was gonna say that.
I mean,
I got
I'm
a
sorry.
ninja. Air fryer's a bomb.
John,
I can live without my air fryer.
Greatness. Okay, listen. I like Blabs, but I don't know if I can do a show with her if she doesn't like. Oh, sorry. Hey, Blabs.
I like air fryers. I just don't think it's the most important one. But somebody in the chat said my wife, and that's freaking hilarious.
John, have you experienced the air fryer before?
Yeah, I've had air fryers. It depends on what you're making, right? Like obviously, certain things do better than others.
No, John, I'm sorry to break it to you. Everything is made better in the air fryer. Like literally.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break the news to you.
So better than like a grill?
It depends on what you're cooking, but I would say I use the air fryer for 90% of my meals.
You're admitting I'm right then, right? It depends on what you're cooking.
Yes, this is true. You are right, John. You're right. Not everything forever. All right. Let's get into it. We could do grill talk and air fryer talk all day long, but it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is time for Hard News. Hard News. Now, Blabs, you say I'm crack-a-lacking a little bit. Do I need to switch?
You have been since we went live.
I think it has to do with I'm using Chrome today. That's the issue. I've switched over to Chrome because I've been switching around. You know what I need to do? I need to switch over to Brave. And I need to switch over to Brave.
I feel like I need to do that too because I'm just struggling lately with Microsoft Edge, and I have been using Chrome, and then Chrome was shit with StreamYards. It's honestly StreamYards causes too many issues, too many browsers.
Well, there's
are you using Edge on purpose?
Well, I've tried like everything else. I tried Firefox, Chrome, so I kind of gave up, and now I'm on Edge.
So here's the thing.
It's shit though.
Let's actually talk about this for a second because I'm gonna call an audible here. We're gonna talk about this later, and this actually ties in directly what we're talking about. Do you guys use YouTube Premium? Do you guys use that at all? You do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Lorena, did you hear they're upping the price by 60%?
I had not. And actually, I have a YouTube Premium free for 6 months. I have no idea whose good side I got on to get that to happen, but 60%, that is insane.
Yes, going from $13 to $21 a month. And the reason I brought this up is because the first response down here is from Brave. It says, we're still free, folks, down here. And apparently Brave has like a built-in ad blocker to it. So that's, I don't know enough about it. John, have you ever used Brave before?
I use Brave all the time. Plus you can make money off of it if you link a crypto account.
Oh, how does that work?
So they will populate like ads for you, like that are like that will pop up, and you get paid for those in crypto if you have like an Uphold account.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting.
So
Switching over to
obviously
Brave
with what I
right
do,
now.
with what I do, I'm like on web browser all the time. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sounds
I
good.
did have to I did turn it off though, and I probably had it off for like the last 6 months or so because when I'm recording videos like this, like you'll get the sound or whatever, and it's just like annoying. So I just turned it all off. It was always interrupting, and I'd have to like go in and edit, and it was just a pain.
Editing. Ugh. I'm with you, man.
I'll have to try it out. See
All
how it works.
All right. Well, Blabs, should I make the switch over to a different browser if I'm crackling really bad?
You have been crackling like you're like some type of cereal, so I think you should probably swap.
Okay, then how about this? You guide us through our first set of stories with Star Wars. I'll start.
Right.
I'll start, and then you can switch. So let's start here. There's a new Star Wars trilogy apparently coming. Which, hey, who asked for that? Nobody. Lorena, you don't look very excited for this one.
No, I'd rather watch paint dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, your thoughts on a brand new Star Wars trilogy coming?
This isn't coming. It's not coming. It's not happening.
You think so?
Why do you feel like it's not going to come?
How many movies have they announced? How many trilogies have they announced that we haven't seen? You go back to Rian Johnson ahead of The Last Jedi. Where's that at? It's nowhere to be seen. Where is Dave and Dan, the Game of Thrones guys? They were like sent packing. Taika Waititi, basically his movie's dead. Who else have they announced recently? Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. They just lost their screenwriter, and now there's Daisy Ridley is doing some action thriller movie with a James Bond director. So it looks like she won't be filming her Rey movie anytime soon.
No, but it is
the list
coming,
goes
'cause
on
she
and on
just-
and on.
They just had a thing with Daisy Ridley the other day, and she just was like, "Yeah, no, it's coming. I'm very excited for it."
I thought she said it was evolving.
Oh, I don't know. I saw she's like, "It's happening." She was saying something like
This
that.
This is the movie version of vaporware, pretty much, where they promise we're going to get this game, we're going to do this, it's going to do whatever, and it doesn't show up. They've gone through so many people who were attached to do the movie. Stephen Knight, he's busy with Peaky Blinders movie right now. There's no way he's doing that. Patty Jenkins is doing, I think, a Lego movie or something like that. She just got some deal with Universal.
Wait, movie? Patty Jenkins?
It's like she's doing a Lego movie. She signed a deal with Universal.
Huh, I did not know
This
that.
movie is never coming. This is never coming.
Yeah,
Well,
she was
I think
supposed
this
to do
trilogy
the
is really dead.
X-Wing movie, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins. Yeah, that
Rogue
was
Squadron.
that she filmed that little commercial where she was walking around like a penguin with her ass on fire in that little suit, and she waddled to the spaceship. Remember that? And then that was scrapped. But apparently, the rumor is that's actually now back in development, or like they're playing around with it. But I found this article from Screen Rant that actually shows like all the stuff from Disney. Now, if we go like above 10, that's like old stuff from the 80s and 70s and early 2000s that was canceled by George. But these are the actual Disney stuff. So like you have Collins, episode 9 or whatever it was, Star Wars. This was like supposed to be how like they thought Rey with her double lightsaber and everything fighting Kylo Ren.
Well, that was supposed to be that was what Trevorrow had. They turned it into
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even remember. Return of the Skywalker or Rise, whatever they called it.
Rise of the Skywalker. Yeah,
Rise
they
of the
completely
Skywalker,
like
yeah.
flopped it. This one, honestly, the script, Trevor, whatever his last name was, sounded a lot better. I read the script. I was like, this one is probably better than what we got. Then there was the Boba Fett solo movie that was scrapped, and then they turned into the show that was like Spy Kids or whatever.
Awful.
Mos Eisley Spaceport movie. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Is this the Job of the Hutt
Neither did
movie?
I.
You know, there was a Job
No,
of the Hutt
that's
movie.
another one. That
Okay.
one's below too, but this one was
I hadn't
like
heard
did
this
not involve whispers and rumors, so who knows if it was ever something. But this was the one. Guillermo's del Toro's The Rise and Fall of Jabba the Hutt movie, canceled in 2017 and 2019.
He
I had
dodged
no
a bullet.
idea.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Then we have this is what John was saying. Game of Thrones writers, their trilogy just canceled, Gone with the Wind, basically. And then obviously Rangers of the New Republic was just Gina Carano's show.
That's a TV. TV show. Yeah.
Yeah. Patty Jenkins. Now, this is one we were just discussing, Patty Jenkins, but it says resume development this year. So who knows? It could just be whispers.
Development means they're still like communicating via email, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Kevin Feige's, which I forgot about. They were talking about that. We're like, oh, yeah, Kevin Feige's totally going to do a Star Wars movie, but that was scrapped last year.
No, Kathleen Kennedy was literally saying it didn't even happen. She's like on record, like saying like, oh, that was never, we never announced anything like that. That was completely fake. Nice. And it's like, dude, it's on the StarWars.com website. Like, what are you talking about?
And then there's this one, Damon's, the original Rey movie. So this was scrapped completely, like the entire script. And then like it was a whole new Rey movie of like Rey's new Jedi Order. So there's that. And obviously season 2 of The Acolyte. Womp womp. But yeah, so it could happen, but honestly, I don't feel like it will happen, especially since John was saying like Rian Johnson's trilogy is nowhere to be found, Game of Thrones writers nowhere to be found, and I don't really think people all care all that much. But I just find it ironic that like of all the things happening this year with Disney, they're really gonna double down and be like, we're doing another trilogy. Yes, it's like you guys really don't learn at all.
Of course not. Yeah. Well, how would they ever learn? Like that would take a little introspective in figuring out what's wrong.
Our propaganda didn't work. We must double down. We must create more.
We must do more of it. Yeah, and that worked on Tuesday, didn't it? That's good. Oh man. Well, the one thing that was interesting, that speaking of Gina Carano, I don't know if you guys saw what happened. Tying all this together with Gina Carano and what happened on Tuesday with the election and such. But did you see the person over at Star Wars who said, F this disgusting scrotum skin sack and all who support him?
So that's what it was. I couldn't see the tweet.
No,
yes,
because he went private.
Yes, as Ryan says, he went protected, like a little bitch after getting called out. And this was, Gina came in, says, you work for Lucasfilm and Disney, right? And you're saying F 71 million Americans, correct? Got it. And Clay Travis, didn't Disney fire you for way less than this, right? And this is like such a great example of, as pointed out by many, I mean, there's that lawsuit happening right now. And I can't think of between Carano and Disney. And John, you probably can speak about this a little bit more, but this does not bode well when you have somebody out there who works for Lucasfilm like this saying this, and you have Gina Carano saying, "Why was I fired?" But fire away, John. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is expected, right? I mean, I've been covering this company for probably more than over a decade now, close to a decade, and these people at this company say this over and over and over and over again. You go back to like 2016, 2015, 2014. Chuck Wendig is going on this like massive rant where he's like talking about how he's going to curb stomp people that vote Trump. So this isn't this is like expected at this company. Gina Carano has made it very clear that this company has a toxic culture, and we see it over and over and over again. Obviously, you can go back to like Christina Ariel. They hired this woman who has public statements about hating on people based on their skin color. I mean, you see Pedro Pascal is comparing Trump supporters to the bad German people in the 1930s in posts on Instagram and things like that. So this is not unexpected. This is what this company does. I think they foster this culture. I think we see this. I would wager that they probably have like indoctrination sessions, but they probably call them something else, where they're probably teaching people about the ideology and everything like that. And their DEI meetings and things like that. We see this in the video game companies. The Activision report makes it very clear that they have these kinds of things. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lucasfilm and Disney have this. We know they have the Reimagine Tomorrow program overall. So yeah, I mean, this is not surprising whatsoever. This is what you expect from these Disney employees. They're absolutely unhinged. They're complete ideologues, and they're the reason why Star Wars is in the trash.
Don't you think the best idea for Star Wars would be just to shut it down for a decade or so and let people kind of long for it? Be like, remember when Star Wars was fun? And it'd be, my thought is somebody who is who's not a huge Star Wars fan at all, but I've seen this shift, and I've talked about this on the show several times, the idea that the sequel, I guess the original trilogies, the one that came at the turn of the millennium, 99, 2000, whatever it was.
Prequels. Yeah.
So they were originally panned when they came out. People were like, ugh, Jar Jar Binks. And over time, people have thought they thought better. They're like, oh, I like the original trilogy. It's great. And so they have these rose-colored glasses. And that's happened over time. I wonder if Disney was just to kind of shelf Star Wars for a while and be like, we're going to put it in hibernation. And we're going to come back later on down the line. And it's going to be, something not entirely different. We're going to restore back to, focus on the original vision of George Lucas.
I think they should leave it for like 20 or 30 years.
30 years?
Oh, yeah. The damage is huge.
I'm kind of with Blabs. I mean, what Dragon Age had been sitting for 10 years and they come out with Veilguard and it's the worst thing in the entire franchise, right? So, I mean, we have a perfect example of like letting a property go dormant for 10 years and then you come out and it's all kind of propaganda and humiliation ritual wrapped in a skin suit of a video game.
If you think of what Kylo Ren said in the trilogies, let the past die, kill it if you have to. That is literally in the movie. That is what Disney wanted.
Yeah, and then they rewrite it in their image, right? That's what they do.
But I would say with Disney, they're not going to shelve it. They will haul its dead corpse out like Weekend at Bernie's. Why? Because they own it. Why? Because Disney will not admit when they F up. Have they ever done a mea culpa? No. And for folks who were just like, well, maybe Disney should just sell Star Wars. Said, no. Disney's attitude is if I can't have you, nobody can. So
That's
right
true.
now it's just like, literally just burn it to the ground. And they will. They will.
Well,
yeah, I mean, just to point out how big the brand damage is, look at Star Wars Outlaws. Complete and utter disaster on the video game front. So it's not just in the movies and the television. It's obviously affecting the entire brand. We're seeing only 1 million units sold in the first month. And from everything that we're seeing, the data points that we're seeing, it does not look like it has moved any units past that. I mean, the Twitch numbers are completely down. No one is streaming this game anymore. No one's watching the streams of this game. It's absolutely completely and cratered. And that game is clearly was made with Kathleen Kennedy's vision for Star Wars.
Well, we're going to get into Star Wars Outlaws in just a little bit and how it relates to Dragon Age Veilguard very shortly. But first, Speedy Cakes came in and says, I have most of the usual stuff, but need to replace the washing machine. It's my roommate's, and she's taking it with her next week when she moves out. So you get a washing machine. That's a big one right there. All right,
He's getting himself a woman. Anyway, sorry I had to do it.
All right, Speedy Cakes. Well, good luck with that, buddy. Tater Teats says, hail there. A great week with the victory for normal men, followed by me getting a raise and not having to work overtime this week for the first time in a while. What should I game to celebrate? Well, first and foremost, look at that. Is it a coincidence that you got a raise immediately after the election? I'm just saying, Tater Teats, the good things happen. I'm just throwing it out there. Stock market going crazy. What should you game?
Alex Jones, NWO Wars.
I played that on stream. That was funny. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. Go download Alex Jones NWO Wars and check that out. It's 1776 over on AlexJonesNWOWars.com. Jason says, sorry, Craig, but Grill Talk is my new favorite segment. Thank you, Jason. Sorry, we need to bring that back. Angela came in and gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Angela.
Thanks,
That's outstanding. It's great. Mercenary says, I'll take Jar Jar Binks trilogy by George than Disney. He is better than the nuts at Disney and maybe gets a good confirmation of Sith Jar Jar. Better movie. There you go.
Well, they're no longer storytellers anymore. That's the problem. Remember when Disney actually did storytelling? Now they do merchandising and not a very good job.
Yeah. Sell a bunch of shirts. That's right. Sandwich just came in with just dropped some money on the table and said nothing. And we appreciate that. Thank you very much, Sandwich. A Mercenary came in with a bunch of messages. It's John, they're called struggle sessions. Talk to Razor. Star Wars announcement is just dangling keys.
But I don't even think it's dangling keys because no one's actually excited for it. Everyone's like, okay.
Look at that. Mercenary made $500 with Brave Crypto. Hell yeah. It's good.
Cool.
And Brave works great with everything, but keep a backup. All right. Thanks, Mercenary. Appreciate that. Over on Rumble, Reese says, I have an air fryer and I'm not afraid to use it, ladies. Just saying, cook you up some fine rotisserie chicken while we play some Final Fight on Sega CD. Let's go, Reese. Let's go, Reese. Hey, now you're speaking my language. I'll come over and hang out with you. Eat some chicken and play some Final Fight on Sega CD. Just don't make it weird. Alyssa Girth Conte came in with the $10 direct donation. Says, I'm a white straight male not wearing a baseball cap, and I also like women. Just some normal innocent support for some normal innocent men. Thanks for the name idea, SNK fan. I'll be on board with the new Star Wars trilogy if it decanonizes the other one. There you go. Thanks, Alyssa Girth Conte. Appreciate that. And Delta says, Craig, Disney will never let Star Wars linger on hiatus. Don't forget what Gary covered a few months ago. These industry giants want to mine all they can from the IP. Thank you, Delta. Appreciate that. All right. Speaking of IPs that are getting mined, let's talk about the new Mass Effect TV series that was officially announced for development in Amazon. That's pretty much all we know. It's that it's in development. Reina, you really wanted to talk about this, so fire away.
Actually, I'd wanted to talk about the Fallout.
Oh, fuck me. Never mind.
Oh, no. But here's the thing with these video game TV series. God, I wish I'd never watched the Halo TV series. That was such ass. I was a casual gamer of that one, and I'm like, I'm tired of Master Chiefs. I will never get over that. It was just absolutely freaking horrible. Fallout, they actually did a good job. I played Fallout 3. So they actually did pretty good with that one. Mass Effect, I don't know. I don't know. They really haven't been doing too good with these video game adaptations.
Well, what do you think about Fallout? Because I butchered that pretty good.
I actually did like it. I did enjoy what I saw.
I did too.
So,
I like the Fallout series. I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it. It had the kitsch, that dark humor that's in Fallout. Like I said, I played Fallout 3, so I did like that. Unlike with Halo, I actually watched every episode of Fallout. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a little cheesy, all right, but I'll hang it in there, But Halo, talk about serious lore destroying in that. I'm like, what the heck is this?
But you can see his butt. Wasn't that the idea? You see his face and his butt, right? Don't you see
God,
Master
I
Chief's
could
butt?
have done much better with that. He should have kept the darn helmet on. If he would have kept the helmet on and just showed the cheeks, I think people would have been okay. But he took the helmet off.
All right. Well, let's move on to another quick hit here.
The quick hit for Fallout was Home Alone Kevin is going to be in season 2, Craig.
Yes.
You fucked this segment up so badly, bro. Are you okay?
Yes. He is.
No? Do you need a timeout? Anyway, yeah. So I can never say his first name. Macaulay Kevin Alone from Home Alone. It'll be in season 2 of Fallout.
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, I can never say his name. I just go Culkin. Yeah,
Macaulay Culkin.
I don't know. It just doesn't look
Macaulay?
right. His name is weird. Macaulay Culkin. I can read, Craig. It just doesn't look right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he's gonna be in season 2 of Fallout. So you got Home Alone, Fallout edition.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see him going around putting cars on the ground and having booby traps in Fallout World, which is great. All
Don't
right.
get scared now. Yeah,
That's right.
Is he playing like the main character, or is he playing? What is he playing? Do they tell you?
Where the hell did it go in the document, Craig? Where'd it go?
I don't know. Where did it go in the
You
document?
moved everything on me. Okay, let's see.
Uh-oh.
Season 2. He says it's in a recurring role, but I don't think they say who.
Got it. Here we go. Got it.
I don't think they say who.
Oh, hold on. The ad blockers pop and say, "Hey, here we go."
It says here on Deadline, he's a crazy genius type character. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like they don't say who though, like I said. But
yes.
Yeah.
So there we go.
All out.
Hey, I like the first season. I thought it was good. I did enjoy it. You can
I had a
be
good
mad at me all
time.
you want. All right. Blabs, this was kind of popped out there. Vera putting out a tweet that's popping off right now. Why don't you talk about this for a second, Vera, or Blabs?
Okay, so basically, Vera Dark has put this out, and of course, this is like take with a grain of salt because we don't know where the sources are and all that stuff, guys. But she says, confirmed, Rocksteady is adding Deathstroke and the real Batman, the one we originally wanted to see, into Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League for the last 2 seasons. It seems they are desperate to get players back in the game, but it's too late. Warner Brothers recently spoke about franchises they like to focus on, and DC, specifically Batman, was mentioned. The same sources that told me layoffs were incoming months ago and were correct tell me they've internally greenlit a remake of Arkham Asylum and will potentially be continuing the Arkhamverse with the Origins voice cast. They recently got back together and did Arkham Shadows with Camouflage. But yeah, so this is ironic because in the Variety article that was dropped the other day, mostly about Harry Potter, they did mention Batman. They're like, there's so many reiterations of Batmans, and everyone's like, which one's your favorite? It's like, well, the last Batman that you guys put out was a $200 million flop. So, and this was always rumored, right? That they wanted to bring like the original Batman back into the Justice League, and it was just like a cop out or whatever. Saying, no, not really. We didn't really kill Batman, no. So, yeah.
So, but this doesn't have anything to do with Suicide Squad, does it?
Yeah,
the last 2
seasons.
It
is.
They're
the last 2 seasons.
The actual Arkham Knight Batman into Suicide Squad.
So right now you can see there's 161 people playing Suicide Squad.
Wow.
You see look at the smile on John's face. John over here's this like literally he's like perked up. I was all smiling about that. So
yeah, I saw that 24-hour 181. It's like, yes, like no one is playing this.
Right. And if you can see, I mean, there's been several, I want to say peaks and valleys. These are high points in the last 6 months has been 665 people. The fact that they're going in on this.
No, go to max and it's flat. It's flat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Embarrassingly flat.
I just want to
like
point
out
that
it had one. Oh, sorry. It had one peak there with the Joker, which was their first season or whatever, and it's like literally been flat ever since then. Like subsequent seasons have not brought people back whatsoever.
But they changed it to Mrs. Freeze, John. It's Mrs. Freeze.
Yeah. Mrs. Freeze, the lesbian activist.
Hey,
and she's ugly. Sorry.
Right. Then they got
she's not hot. You couldn't have made her hot.
Is it the Marxist daughter of Deadshot? Is that who it is? Who's in there as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Sure. I'm glad I skipped this darn game.
Okay, but realistically, do you think? And this, Lorena, this is a good question for you. If they're bringing back the real Batman to this game, does that pique your interest to the point where you go, maybe I'll check it out, or is it still rejected to half court?
No. Considering what they did in the first game, no.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
there's just too much. There's just too much blatant disrespect of Batman in Kill Justice League. I just no. And I'm just a casual DC fan, but you don't F Batman over like that. No.
Yeah, and even like what Bert is saying in the chat, it's a shooter game, and it's true. The game, like the gameplay itself, is just garbage. Everything that I've seen of it, it's very disoriented. You have trouble focusing. It's too much going on. But I did want to point out that this game is actually doing worse than Quidditch Champions, which is hilarious in my opinion. It's like, wow, you got 266 people playing Champions, and look how many we have for Suicide, 161. Like, good job, Warner Brothers, really killing it for the year of 2024.
Good job, boys.
Yeah,
well,
we did
those
it,
are both
Joe.
Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And to compound that, if I can, I don't know if you guys saw this as well when it comes to Warner Brothers. This was dropped yesterday from IGN. The idea that Multiverse Lost,
like Multiversus, yeah.
I mean, just an absolute failure here along the way.
This game has been a disaster from the get-go, right? Because they shut it down previously, then they brought it back this year, and now it's clearly no one's playing this game. I think Riot made the right decision. There was like a rumor that Riot literally shut down like a competitor that they were trying to create their own multiverses, and they shut it down and like decided not to do it. And everyone cited it's because multiverses sucked or was not going to do well.
I think Warner Brothers like got so cocky and snobby with Hogwarts Legacy that it was the #1 best-selling 2023 video game, and then come 2024, and none of their video games have done well this year.
Well,
and the thing is, they won't even tell you what Quidditch Champions has performed. Remember when Hogwarts Legacy was released? They were shouting out numbers left and right, saying, "Look at how many sales we've done." They've been completely silent on Quidditch Champions, which tells me it didn't do very well. And considering it's one of their biggest IPs, I'm like, good job.
Well, because they should have kept it in Hogwarts Legacy. Because the one thing people were like, where is Quidditch? How come we can't play Quidditch? And then there's that throwaway line.
Yeah,
Quidditch is canceled for the year.
Quidditch. It's like, good job, bro.
It's like, are you freaking serious? But we can fly around the Quidditch pitch, though, right? We can do that in the game, but we just can't play the game.
Well, let's talk about some theme park stuff. Harry Potter, Quidditch, all this stuff. I'm trying to tie it in, and I'm doing a very, very poor job of it. Let's talk about Epic Universe.
Dude,
where the new.
Are you okay today, Craig?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of out of it. I really am.
I see that. You're like, Quidditch and Harry Potter theme parks.
I'm just trying to tie it together. I don't know what's happening.
He took some drugs.
You stayed up too late on Tuesday night, and it's just now hitting you.
It's hitting me hard, man. Yeah, it's hitting me hard. God damn it, I want a name came into the 10. Sorry, John. It's the name. I apologize for using the Lord's name in vain. Says he says, the fuck? he says, you dislike the Halo TV series because it destroyed the lore, but you liked Fallout? They destroyed the NCR. They made Vault Tech responsible for the nukes. It was China, by the way. The Brotherhood of Steel reduced to being morons. I could go on.
I mean, he has a point. It did kind of fuck with the lore, from my understanding, but it was still relatively well made that people were willing to ignore it and just watch it for the story.
Well, I'll say this as someone who hadn't progressed in the game as far as others had. From what I saw, Brotherhood of Steel, I will say that character, I'm sorry, they should have yeeted his ass out of there because just no. Every time he talks, it's just shut up. Shut up. He was horrible. So I can see what you're saying about the lore if I had gone much further into the game, as a lot of others of you have, but I have not. So from what I saw, I was like, okay, I can rock with this. But that Brotherhood of Steel dude, no. Why did they cast him? Never mind. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Abdulio came in with the 5. Says, speaking of, as a fan of Fallout, from before Bethesda bought the IP, their games and the show have done as much damage to the original story as Disney has done to Star Wars. It's a shame most people only know Bethesda's malformed version of Fallout. Thanks, Abdulio. Appreciate that. Nathan says, if you want to know how bad the brand damage is, Star Wars, the High Republic has 31 books and 20 plus comics, and no one knows it exists. This setting is what Acolyte is based on, by the way. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate that. Young Stuff says, a random cleanser. Play the Shinobi 3 Japan-esque OST.
Ooh,
thank you.
I haven't played Shinobi in years.
Good stuff. Mr. Kennedy came in, says, I firmly believe that Veilguard and Peanut, the squirrel, finally broke the NPC programming. I think Peanut the squirrel probably broke more people than Dragon Age the Veilguard. Just throwing it out.
I agreed.
Yeah. Did you see the ghost show up? The ghost of Peanut show up at the concession speech?
Yes.
Pretty good stuff, man. Good stuff. John came in, says they're very sad in Freedom Town, USA this week. Yeah, I wonder what population of Freedom Town, USA is right now. Blabs, see if you can find that online. That was the Kamala Harris.
Oh, that's Fortnite Island.
Yep.
Marxist Island.
Yep. And we'll see how many people have populated that, or if they've all just gone back to their corners and started crying. Suna came in and says, my honest feeling of games and anime turned into a live adaptation. Stop. Please stop. Get some help. One Piece is the exception, but please stop. Thanks, Suna.
Agreed.
Mercenary says, as a Fallout lore guy, I hate Fallout TV. Full no. Thank you, Mercenary. TK says, I thought the rights to Suicide Squad was purchased by the DNC for Sweet Baby to develop. Oh, wait. I heard that on the Disney rumored list, maybe. Thanks, TK. Appreciate that. All right. Let's keep. Okay. Let's now.
I
If
just
I
want
can.
to say that I've been trying to get onto like the Fortnite Freedom Town USA, like Fortnite.gg island, and it keeps saying page not found. Did they yeet the map?
They probably deleted it.
I think they deleted the map because I can't find it anywhere now.
They shut down the Discord server, so it wouldn't surprise me. They shut down that map before
Hold
they
on.
map too.
Really?
I can't find jack shit.
Yes. Freedom Town has been yeeted from the internet. Yeet. Get out of there.
As it should have.
Wow, that's really unfortunate. That's really sad. There's no more freedom in the world, apparently.
By Freedom Town.
Damn, that's tough going for all those who love freedom, apparently. All right, well, I love theme parks. See, that was a good transition. So let's move on over there. Let's talk about Epic Universe, which is coming here very soon. Reina, you are you're a theme park freak. So
Yes, I am. I am.
I want to let you know I have reached out to Universal about possibly I want to do like a group of shows out at Universal for the opening of Epic Universe, and I got a generic well, we're assessing all opportunities email. I don't think it's going to happen, but I did reach out to their media department to see if we could make it happen. And I am going to be in Orlando here in a couple weeks, so when I'm there, I will do my best to poke and prod and see if I can meet with their PR folks to make it happen. But with that said, Epic Universe is coming in May of next year, right in time for the summer, and construction is taking place over at Super Nintendo World. Check that bad boy out. You can now see Bowser. Did I get you excited, Lorena? Obviously.
Oh, I am very, very, very excited. I have been following the construction of this park since I moved here in 2021, and I drive by the site at least about twice a week. So everything from seeing, Mount Beanpole go up to where they've got the Donkey Kong cart ride, and they've got the, the track and all the other stuff that's with that Bowser's Castle. Every time I drive by, I just get happy because I cannot wait to just relive all the Nintendo games that I played. And that's the thing that I love about theme parks. The reason I love theme parks, you can get a physical manifestation of pop culture and relive, those moments that are precious to you. So I can't wait to get major power-ups.
Wait. Lorena, you're saying when you go to theme parks, you like to escape from reality and not get hit with modern day bullshit?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like I like to be able to enjoy the Haunted Mansion, and if the ride stops, hear the ghost host say, ghosts have, stopped things, but don't worry, we will resume our journey shortly. Not, please stay in the Doom buggy. The ride will resume immediately.
Yeah. Well, I know Blabs is she's definitely positioning she's doing her best to get us down there. Come May. Look at her.
I just want to say that because I have just been to USJ's Nintendo Land. It looks like identical, right? So when I was in Japan, Lorena, I went to Nintendo Land and I saw the big ass Bowser and I was like, whoa, dude. And the line to the Mario Kart ride is like the most immersive line probably I've been in. It's so cool.
The queue.
So
Yeah.
cool.
More immersive than Gringotts?
I mean, that one's really good, but it's 14 years old, that one.
Okay.
If you think about it. So like
Yeah.
They've definitely updated it since, and I have to say, like, it's pretty impressive what they're doing, Universal. So I'm not in the Universal Studios shill. If you watch my videos, I will criticize some of their merch, but sometimes they do it just so darn good.
Well, I'm going to be going here in just a couple weeks, so I'm genuinely excited to head out there.
Whatever,
and
man.
This will be my first time going to Orlando and not going to Disney World. So
You're better off for it.
Yeah, I know. And we made a conscious decision not to support that right now while we're there. So we're going to We're going to go check out Universal. We're going to SeaWorld. We're going to Discovery Cove, that swimming thing where you can swim with dolphins and stuff.
Going to Gatorland?
What?
I've been there.
You gotta go to Gatorland. You cannot come to Orlando and not go.
I went when I was 5.
To Gatorland.
And you survived, Blabs?
Yeah, but actually I got a good smack from my mom because I saw like something on like one of like the docks on the rails, and I like poked it with my finger, and it turned out it was bird poop. And she was holding me at the time, so I just kind of like brushed it off on her shoulder. And I got wham. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was 5, so
You gotta go to Gatorland, feed the gators, see the gator jumboree show,
impressive.
go the gator wrangling, get your picture.
This was
with
your
the
mom.
gator.
This was your mom. Well, sometimes you got to slap a bitch.
I mean, I deserved it, so I got.
Putting poop on your mom is ridiculous, Blabs.
Pretty gross.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. Hey, DJ came in with the 5 gifted memberships. DJ, thank you very much. We genuinely appreciate that. If you guys got a gifted membership, make sure you say a thank you and consider paying it forward. We genuinely appreciate that. Suna says, just be careful. Once the Bowser theme park opens up, you might see the SBI CEO there. Oh, no. Just sitting there just going, oh, look at you. Like looking for the pants. Gross.
Extra security.
If you know, you know, but you don't want to know. The tick rules just send a holiday gift to your company address. Expect it in a month plus change. Open on stream if possible. Yeah, 100%. Thank you very much. That's very, very nice. We'll definitely keep an eye out for it. Thank you, the tick rules. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
TK says, like reminder. It's still free to hit. And if it is TGIF after all. That's right. Hey, let's get that up. I don't even know where we're at right now, but let's keep bumping those luck numbers up and let's keep growing. I think that's a big part of why I go into robot mode is I have the stream page opened up and it takes a lot of resources on my browser. So I decided to shut that now. I have no idea what's happening on our stream, which is just horrible. Let's talk about Six Flags for a second. We're going to keep it in the theme park side of things. You guys been Six Flags, folks? You ever been to a Six Flags before, John? No.
It's basically what Disney is now, for the most part. I used to go to Six Flags Great Adventure in Hamilton, New Jersey, and I've also been to Six Flags Magic Mountain as well. But yeah.
Well, Six Flags has 27 amusement parks and 15 water parks in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and they are looking at potentially selling off some of their theme parks along the way. So, John, if you're in the market, just throwing it out there,
I think Warner Brothers might be. So
they
already licensed a lot of their stuff to them. So
yeah,
that's
DC
true. Rise and things. So
that's true. Yeah. Six Flags. I live in Dallas, and I think the original Six Flags was in Dallas, is in Arlington. Six Flags Over Texas, which is what Six Flags is named after, right? So yeah, Six Flags to me, I went probably a year ago with my youngest daughter, and she thought it was super fun. But it just seems like, for me, it was always like Disney's here, and then there's like SeaWorld. And then Six Flags is like somewhere like down here, like it just always felt dirty and gross. But when I went last year, it was actually pretty clean and nice. So, it was all right. But so Six Flags may see a little bit of restructuring along the way. So
I think the best thing Six Flags ever did was that commercial like 10 plus years ago with the old man dancing and the music.
And the bus.
Yes, so great.
That
Everyone
was
remembers
fun.
That commercial. And
Yeah.
it got so many people in, and now do they even do that anymore?
they did bring him back.
Did they?
Yes, they brought him back. His name is Mr. Six. Did you know that? I found that by looking on Wikipedia now. So really, really weird. Yeah, that guy bouncing around, and that was a really weird thing. It worked out really, really well.
It was so fun though, so catchy.
Hilarious. With the music.
Some young dude all in prosthetic makeup and everything, bouncing around like an old dude. Loved
By
it.
the way, close up, absolutely terrifying. Just gonna throw it out there.
Wait a second, it wasn't some dude in prosthetics?
Yes, of course it was. This is a young man's hand here,
That's what I was
Blabs.
gonna say. I'm like, what the hell?
This is a young man's hand. That is not an old man's hand right there, for sure. Anyways, yeah. So
Yep.
weird.
It was great.
He broke it down.
All right, nice. Anyways, all right. Let's keep on
It was
moving on.
so out there. It worked.
Yes, it was pretty brilliant. I'm sure they saw a giant uptick in attendance because the old man was dancing, which I'm sure they did. All right, let's talk about what happened on Tuesday and the blowback. We've been talking about reactions to this all week. People who have been really upset about Trump being elected to the United States presidency and everything that's going on with that. And I'll tell you what, man, we saw people reeing and screeching across the way. The video game industry we'll get to the video game industry in just a minute, but it's also affected the comics industry as now, according to Bounding into Comics, Action Comics writer Mark Waid considers retirement due to the re-election of Donald Trump. I don't believe in the basic goodness of my fellow Americans anymore. And without this, I cannot write superheroes. My God, what a ridiculous
World's tiniest violin right here. I'm gonna play it for you.
Oh, John, I would love to hear it. John, are you okay, John? Can you handle everything that's happened on Tuesday?
I'm fine.
Are you good? Okay.
Yes.
You're not considering retirement?
No.
Okay.
No. I was fine 4 years ago too.
Okay, good. That's good. I'm glad you
Still
have
here.
Strength to muster it. I want to really overanalyze that statement. I don't believe in the basic goodness of my fellow Americans anymore, and without this, I cannot write superheroes. Like, how over? I just feel like he said that and he goes, oh, like, oh, so over dramatic and over the top. What do you say to that? I don't really know. Lorena, your thoughts on Mark Waid?
Oh God, I'm gonna say that. What a punk bitch. I mean, really? Just because your guy didn't win, oh, I can't write comics anymore. And you people voted for him. I just don't have faith in you anymore. Please, if you had any guts, you'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna take this hate and I'm gonna turn it into some art. I'm actually gonna do something with it. But no, you want to complain and then drag everybody else into your nonsense. No. This isn't about us. This is about you not being able to handle the fact that Trump won again.
Just can't deal with it. I just can't deal with it. It's unbelievable. Well, it's also gone over really poorly in the video game space as well. There's an outlet called GamesBeat. John, are you familiar with GamesBeat or GamesBeat and VentureBeat?
I'm familiar with VentureBeat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dean Takahashi is the lead reporter over there, and he posted over on his LinkedIn. I want to make sure I share this as well on another screen right here. He said, "I cannot tell you how disappointed I am tonight. There'll be plenty of time to figure out how this happened. But if you're feeling the same way, hang in there. A single election cannot extinguish hope." Now, the thing about this is the response to this. As you scroll down and you see people, you CEO from Shifty Eye Studios along the way. You have Women in Games ambassador over here. We also, what was interesting about this was I saw the co-founder of 2K Games. I'm with you, my friends, along the way. So Mental Health Day tomorrow. We resist.
They're doing that again.
Right. I don't really like, what do you say to these people outside of like, hey, you've been lied to? I don't really know how to respond to that. John, how would, if somebody came to you, if you're working with a writer and they're like, hey, John, I need a mental health day. I don't know if I can write tomorrow based off of the results of the election. How would you respond to that?
suck it up. Like, I don't know. I've never actually had to deal with that. The people that I hire don't have those issues. So I've never had that issue. If someone did have that, I would see if I would actually feel real empathy for them and see if they can get the help that they need and try and maybe provide them with people that can work through whatever issues that they're having. Maybe help them not potentially having mental break or try and go crazy on social media, as we've seen so many of these people do, even outside the games industry. I mean, everyone's seeing the TikTok videos going completely viral with just insanity. So I would actually try and help the person, point them in the right direction, try to get them on the right path, talk to them, try and be a friend to them. That's probably where I would be, because obviously you would have a relationship with them already if they're already working for me. So I would assume that I had at least some kind of rapport with them where I could potentially speak to them, get them on the right path, because they're a fellow human being, right? I mean, I believe that they made in the image and likeness of God. They have dignity there, so you want to help them. And this is actually something I actually been struggling with, because you see all these people freaking out. You see Mark Wade going all this stuff, and it's just really easy to kind of these people are just kind of insane, crazy, but at the same time, it's just it's really sad. It's kind of pitiable, and you just really kind of feel for them on some level, because a lot of times a lot of these people they've just been brainwashed. They've been lied to constantly over the past decade or even more, and they've completely kind of bought into it. So it's tough.
I'll tell you this, John. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You are a better human than me. You are such a better human than I am.
It's tough. I mean, like I said, it's something I struggle with. I'm definitely struggling with it, because it's so easy, I think, to just kind of just trash these people for this stuff. But at the end of the day, they are fellow Americans. They are fellow humans. So you want to heal the wounds, right? And I don't think you can really heal the wounds unless you kind of reach out, try and meet them where they are, and then kind of bring them along. And it's hard to do that. But I mean, in some cases, obviously there's people that you still have to oppose this stuff, right? You got to oppose all the things that they are pushing and all that stuff, but you want to kind of bring them along and steer them in the right direction, so they won't be going down these kind of destructive paths that they've kind of been led down.
I agree with you in that I have a lot of empathy for these folks, and that I do feel sorry for them, that they've been lied to and they've been led astray for so long, and that they truly have no idea how to cope with this. No idea. They're so confused. How could this happen? How? I don't understand. And specifically when it comes to the video game industry, it's such an isolated industry. It's such a bubble. These companies are based in San Francisco, LA, Seattle. That they have no idea how the rest of society could feel different than them. It's shocking, really. But he posted the same thing over on X as well, and the response was a little bit different.
Can imagine.
Yeah, it's just kind of this is the same thing here.
And so I just want to I'm not saying that you instantly forgive these people, right? Obviously forgiveness there's justice too, right? And there should be justice. I don't not believe in justice. I 100% believe in justice. These people have to if you're going to forgive them, then you have to put in the work too, right? So they have to actually show repentance. I mean, these people have been hating on us for a long time, calling us the nastiest things, maligning us. They've destroyed people's livelihoods. Look at Gina Carano as the perfect example. She's obviously fighting back now, but how many other people lost their jobs, lost their friends? They were just, the whole, just look at COVID and what happened with that. I mean, it's just absolutely terrible what happened, especially some of these people, I think, know what they did, and they're going to continue to do it. And they don't want to even solve the problem or even look at it and fixing it. And like I said, you still have to oppose the ideology. Some of those people, you got to be hey, you got to pay your dues in order to kind of figure out that they're actually on the right page now, and they're not going to stab you in the back or things like that. So, it's a tough, man. It's a line to walk, right?
Yeah, it's it's tough love. It's just here's a tissue, but I understand you're upset, but you're just gonna have to suck it up and deal. And every time you hear this, stuff that's obviously wrong, you got to correct that. There's a
Yeah,
way to correct it if you got a smile on your face, or, I don't freaking care. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm going to tell you, that you're wrong, because you're right. A lot of these people have been lied to. A lot of these people are from that participation trophy generation where it's okay. It doesn't, what you feel is right. The facts don't matter. It's what you feel is right. You hear this, this is my truth. And it's like, well, your truth is not the facts. Facts don't care, about your feelings. So you can definitely show empathy to people, but at the same time, be assertive and say, you're full of crap, right? I'm sorry you got lied to, but it is what it is.
I mean, I know Craig's is a dad as well, so it's like dealing with your children, right? Like I don't like punishing my child. Like I hate punishing my child, but when my child is misbehaving, you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes you gotta punish your child, and they usually learn the lesson. Right? And then
smart.
If they're smart, yeah, they learn the lesson, and you forgive them and you move on a lot of times, right? So and then obviously in some cases you show mercy too, and you're like, okay, well, I said I was going to punish you, but you were really good and you did this, and so now like thank you for doing that, and you let them know that. But there's obviously like different ways to like go about it and stuff like that. So, and I know I think you have like nieces and nephews, Lorena, so I'm sure you've.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Some days it's just like, all right, you learned. And other days it's just like, nope, no PS4 for you. I don't care. You don't get it.
Well, I listen. I've said this before. I feel empathy for people who are that broken, and I do want to get them help. But at the same time, I definitely understand those who say, no retreat, no surrender. I mean, I totally understand all sentiments of it for sure. So, TK says, I fully endorse the head shaving trend as TDS protesting a real world idiot tag without any virtual world tech required. Yeah, that's been fun to see the women who are shaving their heads along the way.
Easy identifier in any video game or movie that it's going to be 100% woke.
Yes. Yeah. Mercenary says, I would say, get to work or you're fired. And somebody came up. Dean Takahashi was the Cuphead reviewer who sucked so bad everyone laughed at him. Oh, that actually
was that the guy who I guess he got, I don't know, like traumatized because he kept dying in the first part of Cuphead. I mean, everybody dies, but he just couldn't go on.
Couldn't get through the demo of it. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense.
Man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Mercenary says, I was told the same when I was at my lowest. You're a tough boy, Mercenary. Way to go. Ire Caius came in and says, cauterize wounds is first aid. That's right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that with the great support there. John says, TGIS has verified multiple sources. Some military units were giving people Wednesday off to deal with it and offering counseling to help. I was 9 years infantry. F that BS. Biden rude military. Wow, that's crazy. The military has taken time to do that? Yikes. Suna says, it's hard to care for these people when they don't listen and blame us for their mistakes. They never learned humility and know nothing but pride. Thanks, Suna. Lisa says, I was literally buying a membership as I got gifted. YouTube just refunded my payment. So here it is in Super Chat form. Thanks again, DJ. Hey, really appreciate that. Thanks for your effort and thanks for your support. That's great. John says, Greg Miller's please vote for Harris video worked. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. Did you see that? Did you see that video of Greg Miller asking a personal favor for people to vote for Harris? Did you see that, John?
No.
Oh, man.
Who's Greg Miller?
Greg Miller is the one of the founders of Kind of Funny.
Okay.
And Kind of Funny.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's an online brand that's been around for probably about a decade now. They are very they're based out of San Francisco. They are very in it when it comes to the bubble, and I'm sure they broke down for sure. So they actually Colin Moriarty was a part of Kind of Funny when it started, and Colin Moriarty was ostracized after making a joke on National Women's Day. They were like, it's so inappropriate. He ended up getting bounced from their company, and then he started Last Stand Media, and now Colin is rich because
What was the joke? I gotta hear this joke. What was it?
On National Women's Day? It was something like, God, it's something like finally a day of quiet or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It was something about making fun of women speaking so loud or something.
Okay, I found it.
That's funny.
It says, peace and quiet, hashtag a day without women.
Oh, that's what it was. It was a day without women. Yes. Yeah. So, and he got ostracized. People were so mad. It was right in the middle of like Me Too and all that stuff. And
such humorless people. My goodness.
Joey came in with the $20 super chat. Joey, thank you very much. Says, me as a human and a Christian, I think like John. They should be forgiven, but they have to put in the work. As a boss, you have to suck it up and show up to work. Thanks, Joey. Appreciate that. I'm doing my best. That's good stuff. All right. Switzerland Plays came into the one, says, why does Blabs hate Rumble Chat so much?
What do you mean?
We don't hate Rumble Chat at all. We actually love Rumble Chat very much. Love Rumble.
They just got rid of your bot for you. You're welcome.
Yeah. Marmalin says, F Unity. I can see Unity. Jeez. F Unity. I can unify with those that see that they bought into the lie. But if they're there, that they can't. But there are those that you can't reconcile with and refuse to see it. There's truth in that. A lot of truth in that.
No, I 100% agree with that.
Yes. Jared over on Rumble says, pretty good picks for today in gaming history. Blabs with Modern Warfare 3 being the best one on the list. By the way, the OG Modern Warfare trilogy is one of my top 5 gaming trilogies of all time. Good stuff, Jared. Appreciate that. Bart Law says, I'm chilling with my side scrollers High Life shirt on. USA Pride won on Wednesday. It's been a good week. Hail to the normal men and the almost normal Blabs. YouTube would literally not let me send that. Really? That's crazy. And Reese came in, says, he's with the message about his air fryer. Mimic Liv says, if Disney wanted to unfuck Star Wars, they would make Vader make a Vader series about Vader doing hardcore Vader shit. No agendas, no crap, just Vader being Vader. But Disney is Disney, so they won't.
Yeah, they've literally made him become like this loser that he's lost like every single fight. If you noticed in Disney now.
Carnicus.
Go ahead. I just agree with that. I just agree with that too. I think the whole journey with Vader is his redemption makes that story why people relate to Star Wars so much. I think.
And they just made him a bitch boy now.
Pretty much.
Carnicus came in. It says 80,000 pounds of butter recalled because PAX didn't have the allergy label contains milk. It says Clown World has no priorities. So they recalled 80,000 pounds of butter because it didn't have contains milk on it. That's unreal. No,
yeah,
Lorena, go ahead.
Just exploded. I'm like, how? 80. I'm sorry.
It's a lot of butter.
That's a lot of butter.
And
if that was headed towards the south, somebody's really going to be hearing something.
Frostlord says, y'all ain't true Fallout fans if you haven't played Fallout 1. Still the best in the series, in my opinion. Thanks, Frostlord. Mighty Megatron says, no mercy, Craig. F the left, libs and Tims. Never forget what they did to us the last 4 years. They tried to force a shot in us. They tried to have us fired for our jobs for not conforming. Thanks, Mighty Megatron. Then he followed up and says, like Malay from Argentina says, you can't give the left a centimeter or they'll try to destroy you and kill you. F them. Thanks, Mighty Megatron. I understand. Thank you very much for your pain. And Switzerland, thank you so much for the following up right there. Aiden says, the 4B movement is a complete joke. If they're going to do it, fine by me. And is that what's the 4B movement? Does anybody know what this is?
What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Let's see if you can find anything about the 4B movement. It says they're going to do it fine by me, so I won't have to deal with those types of women. Oh well, at least when I get a chance.
Oh, is this the abstinence? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's some feminist thing.
Hey.
Oh well, it's feminist, so you guys should be okay. You don't care about them.
Love that idea. That's great. Like, you mean they're signing up to not have to worry about their birth control? I think
Which
that's
is ironic.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia, don't know how correct this is, it's originated in South Korea in 2019. Its proponents refuse to date men, get married, have sex with men, or have children. Oh no, you mean the idiots won't breed? Oh
Yeah.
no.
Drat.
you.
Yeah, drat indeed. All right, let's move on to this story about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, written by John Trent over at That Park Place. It says Dragon Age: The Veilguard rumored to have sold less than Star Wars Outlaws. You got this from the Endymion video, John.
Correct.
Yeah, why don't you talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, so he basically says that his inside source from EA or close to EA and BioWare says that they only sold about 500,000 copies of this game so far in its first week. Obviously, Star Wars Outlaws rumored to have sold about 1 million. We know Ubisoft said that their sales were soft and it was underperformed. We also know that they significantly reduced their Q2 earnings or their net sales, net bookings, whatever you want to call it, from 500 million euros to a range between 350 to 370 million. They eventually came out, it was 351 million, so it was 30% decline. And I think we can safely say that most of that was from Star Wars Outlaws. We also knew that one analyst was speculating that it was going to be 5 million units sold in that first month. And that was on the conservative end. And he was like questioning, like, that seems really low. Like, you guys are hyping this up. Shouldn't it be a lot more than that? And it came in 20% of that low expectation. So if what Endymion source is saying here is true, this is absolutely abysmal for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Obviously, you still have 3 weeks to kind of double that number, but from everything that I've seen, most of the game sales are usually done within kind of that first week. You can look at Alan Wake. I just did an article about Alan Wake 2. Remedy reported that basically in the first, 2 months, I guess, from the end of October to December, it sold about 1 million units, and then it sold another 300,000 through January. And they have literally stopped reporting the numbers on that game completely. And they still say they haven't broken even. And there's an analyst that says they spend about 70 million euros on that game. So they should be really close to breaking even. If they sold 1.3 million units, that's around I don't have the calculation in front of me, but it's like around $60 million or something like that. So it's pretty close, right? They only needed to sell like 200,000 more units or something like that to break even, and they still haven't. So I think that kind of, and I'm using that as an example to show like they made all their sales basically in those first like 2-3 months. And Dragon Age: The Veilguard obviously sitting at 500,000 is not good, because this game I think at least had to sell probably somewhere around 5 million is what people are kind of estimating based on the 10-year dev cycle and things like that. I think it's probably a lot higher given the fact that it is a 10-year dev cycle. We have all of these iterations that they were doing. It was going to be a multiplayer game, et cetera, et cetera. We've seen Concord have rumored to have a $400 million just production budget. That was you don't even factor in the what they paid to buy Firewalk Studios. We've seen all of these games kind of have these like massive budgets, very similar to what we've been seeing in the movie and television industry. So my guess is that the budgets are probably a lot higher than what a lot of people are estimating based on like kind of employment costs and things like that. So it's really, really, really bad if this 500,000 number is accurate for the first week. And we kind of see it too, right? We see the Steam numbers didn't even break 90,000. So it hit like 89,000. I think the last I saw it was like below 60,000 in the last 24 hours. Might even be lower than that now. So yeah, 50,000 now. So it fell even further. I'm guessing I would not be surprised. Like this is kind of what I was thinking. It would be below half by Sunday within the week of hitting its peak. So yeah, you're seeing it fall on the charts, and we saw all this, right? Like it didn't even get to the top of the sellers list until maybe like the 2 or 3 days beforehand. You had the information from your retail insider. I was hearing information from a retail insider as well. So we kind of saw all this stuff. You look at the PlayStation pre-orders, it was not really high on the list until all those games came out, like Sparking Zero, Metaphor Refantasio, and the only reason why it moved up is because all those games came out and they were no longer on the pre-order list. So we saw all the signs here, and so this is not really surprising, but it could be a little. I think it's worse than what a lot of people were expecting. I think to me this is worse than what I was even expecting. I was thinking around Star Wars Outlaws is what I was seeing, and it might not even do that. So. Which I'm happy for. I'm happy that this game is absolutely failing, because everything I've seen from this game is that it is a thinly veiled piece of propaganda meant to lecture people through politics and ideology. And at the same time, it's also trying to humiliate people by like, look what we did to Dragon Age. This is ours now. We took a dump on it, and we're going to still try and hope that you're going to spend your money on it to play this toy that we pooped on. And we're not having that. You can play with that poopy toy and enjoy that, and we're going to point and laugh at you for pooping on the toy in the first place. We don't want anything to do with a poopy toy.
Nobody wants poopy toys anywhere.
No.
Right.
Did you see,
No.
John, do you have any relationship with Jason Schreier?
Absolutely not. He blocked me on X after I called him out for being disingenuous and a professional liar.
Oh, well, there you go. Right. That's probably a good reason. Well, speaking of, he had his tweet that got passed around a little bit ago about go broke, go straight to the top of the charts. And then,
that's why I called him a professional liar. Yeah.
Well, and he has since deleted that tweet. I'm sure I don't know if you saw that earlier today, but
I saw that going around. I wasn't sure. I didn't double check. So I love that I can go in and look at these people who blocked me now. So thank you, Elon, for that.
Yes. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's been sad to see, to say the least. But
that guy lies all the time. Sorry, like he was running damage control for Suicide Squad, saying it had nothing to do with DEI. He keeps saying that it has nothing to do with DEI, and it's like over and over and over again. There's people saying that they don't want to purchase the game for DEI. Like that is evidence that people don't want this stuff. There is a literal 500,000 Steam curator group that Cabrutus Rainbow created that is literally like anti-DEI. You cannot tell me that there are people that are. You cannot tell me that these games aren't failing because of DEI. There is so much evidence to the contrary.
The idea that the culture aspect of this has played zero part in the failure of these games is truly like living in a bubble. Like, no. It goes back to the, I've used this all the time, the Principal Skinner meme from The Simpsons, where he's like, am I out of touch? No, it's the kids who are out of touch. It's very much, I feel like that meme encapsulates the video game industry the best way possible along there. But Reina, have you heard about Dragon Age: Veilguard at all?
I briefly heard about the game. As soon as I saw screenshots, I'm like, oh no, yet another game with ugly chicks and effeminate men that I do not want to play. As for me, for quite a period of time, I wasn't playing video games because life happened or whatever, but I was buying a lot of video games. So now that I'm getting back into it, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Because the game, it was just usually, hey, games for gamers, this game is awesome, I want to play it, or it's just like, the gameplay sucks, you can pass on that. And people they just wanted good games. Now it's just like, okay, we have LGBTQ Skittles Nation, whatever, diverse representation, and that's the best thing about this game. And it's just like, no, that's not what I want to buy a game for or play a game for, nor want to be shamed because I'm not into it, and quiet and it's not quiet. Okay. Women like to play hot women characters as well. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
We all know this. It's actually scientifically been proven. There was a study going around over the last week or so about that. How when given the opportunity to play a non-attractive character versus an attractive character, all women chose the hot character. It's just the way it goes. So, well, I'm with you, John. I thought this game would actually do better than it actually is. I thought that from a viewership standpoint or from a player base standpoint, it would cap out at about 150,000 real-time players over on Steam. And if they're not going to do DLC to it, there's zero chance that they're just going to see this giant spike in player base. So what you have is what you get here with this game. And what you have is an underperforming game, no matter what the media will tell you. The traditional access media will tell you is that this is doing just fine. No, like, don't gaslight us and tell us what we're seeing. The data available that is publicly available is that it's doing just fine. There's a 0% chance this is doing just fine. And I guarantee EA is going like, yo, what happened? Like, what happened here? And BioWare along the way.
Yeah, and that's actually something people have been like giving Endymion a lot of crap for with his Ghost of Yotai reporting, because they're like, how did the Sony people not realize it? Well, we just found out that Sony is hyper siloed, and I bet EA is very hyper siloed as well. They keep their studios separate from each other, so the EA people probably aren't as involved with what was going on in BioWare, and now they're realizing what's happening. They're like, what is going on here? Like, what is happening? Yeah, clearly not the breakout potential that EA CEO Andrew Wilson was saying about the game, though, just before Halloween when the game came out.
Right, 100%. Well, the fact that it sold less than Star Wars Outlaws is probably the most fascinating thing about this, because that game, it's obviously been considered a failure, drastically underperforming. But this Veilguard, I thought would underperform. I didn't think it would underperform this poorly. And that's probably the most shocking thing about this. So,
and the biggest piece of evidence that it isn't doing well is they have posted nothing. There's no we sold 1 million units. There's no we sold 3 million units. There's nothing like that. What did we hear from Atlas? Metaphor Refantasio, 1 million units sold, 24 hours. What did we hear from Bandai Namco? 3 million units sold, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. What did we hear from Bandai Namco about Unknown 9 Awakening? Nothing. Crickets, right? So that's the same developer who is bragging about how well their Dragon Ball game did, but is not saying anything about their SBI infected Unknown 9 Awakening game. I mean, you can go back, you can look at Game Science with Wukong, you can look at Space Marine 2. They had a post about selling 1 million units as well. Space Marine 2 had more concurrent players than Dragon Age. It got over like 225, I think. So, and that's a AA game with a way lower budget, and that did absolutely phenomenally well, like outperformed Dragon Age just completely.
Speaking of Unknown 9 Awakening, the game was released a couple weeks ago. Not even a couple weeks ago. Yeah, October 17th. So we are just past 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Let's play the Price is Right game, one of my favorite games to play, and to see
which one.
We're going to play the Price is Right, closest without going over, John.
Oh, okay, that one.
How many players? Let's do two right here. And Blabs, you can be a part of the chat. Obviously, you're the fifth chair today. You guys let us know. How many players? What is the 24-hour peak for Unknown 9 Awakening? Now, Reina, you may not be aware of this game, so John, I'll let you go first. This is the Bandai Namco game you're just talking about.
Yeah.
The 24-hour peak for Unknown 9 Awakening. John F. Trent.
I'll say like 78.
Ooh, 78. Okay, 78. Blabs, the 24-hour peak for Unknown 9 Awakening. John with 78. Blabs going with
265.
265. All right, Lorena, like I said, you're not super familiar with, so I'm going to give you a pass on this one. And I'm going to tell you right now, you both have lost. You've gone over. The 24-hour peak is 58.
Ouch.
You got to play the sad trombone from Price is Right now.
Wow.
Bum, 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 bum.
Whoa.
My all-time peak was what I was thinking it was in 24 hours. That's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It is.
Wow.
It is
I
not
hadn't
done
looked
well.
at that in a while. Wow.
Yeah. Let's continue. This game is always fun to play. Let's play Dustborn real quick. Let's play the Dustborn game, because I love playing. This is my favorite game to play, is the Price is Right game. All right.
Yeah, I like this game. I'm stealing this.
Yeah, this is good stuff. All right, here we go.
Okay.
What has been the wow? Okay, Dustborn chat. Let's go with total players right now playing Dustborn. Right now, Blabs, you get to
I
start.
can't play. I see it.
Oh, you see it? Okay,
You ruined it, Craig.
sorry.
5. I go with 5.
John 5. Lorena, the game
Give her some
Dustborn.
context. The game didn't.
I
go
know
over
about
90.
this game.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2.
2. Well, I'll tell you what, John is actually closest without going over, and I'm legitimately shocked that it is this high. Currently sitting at a sweet 11 players right now. That you can count them
Wow.
with both hands and one toe. The number of players playing in the world right now. A 24-hour peak of 22, and that's a pretty good peak. So Look at that. They had a little spike right here. I wonder what happened. What
What
happened
did they
here.
do? Give the game away or something?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been looking for sales because I mean, if they give it to me for free, I'll play it. But
Like all the devs got on at one time, and they're like, "We're really gonna own all the chuds. We're gonna get them all." Oh, it's good stuff. Well, there you go. Love that game. It's definitely my favorite game that we play here. I always wanted to be a game show host. Let's see. We got Unknown 9, Dragon Age of Veilguard. Appreciate that. And we have Dustborn. All right, so there you go.
Out of curiosity, what's Black Ops 6 right now? Call of Duty.
Black Ops 6 on Steam.
Let's just say something nice instead of all these flops.
We should play. We should play the game here, though. We should still play the game. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Just don't share it, Craig, because I'll see it.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me see if I can find it over here on this Steam chart. There's a lot of.
Close my eyes because he's not removing.
Just have Blabs go first. Have Blabs go first, then.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up first. That's the most important thing because there's about 7,000 listings on this right here. See if I can find this. Let's see if this is right. The charts, I do not have that. Don't have the charts available for this one. So let's see.
Your tab is still open.
What?
My eyes will remain closed.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll say 325.
Okay. Here's the thing. When
Call of Duty, like 325,000 people, or just the number?
No, 325,000. Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Okay.
bruh.
there's no charts available for this game, so I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
At least not on.
Are they hiding it under Call of Duty, like the big one?
Yeah, I think it's just Call of Duty.
Okay, we'll just put it
Does that
over.
include like the other ones though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's Call of Duty
but-
Black Ops 6.
Yeah, that's okay. Lots of people are playing Call of Duty. That's all you need to know. So lots and lots of them.
Call of Booty.
Well, let's see if you can find it. But and I'm gonna find this. Gear came in with 500,000 Indonesian monies. It says now this piece of news is so satisfying. Got any red stickers and white marker laying around, Craig? Gear, I have bad news for you. I have no stickers available, which is why they're not on the wall.
I was wondering. I was going to ask you about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
My stickers are. I need to go to the store and buy new stickers. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to get a TV behind me, and whenever somebody comes in, I want to create a program, and it just pops back up on the wall back there. I got a cool vision for what I want to do. It's going to be great. Gear, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous, isn't it, Blabs? With this 500,000 Indonesian monies. Here is your reward, Gear. Cover your eyes, John. Cover your eyes, John. You can't see that. You pure boy. Oh my gosh. Hey, by the way, Blabs.
I am married.
I know, and it's okay. It's okay. Just don't lust over her. It's okay.
That's right.
It's just
No
educational purposes, which is good. Blabs, Sav sent me a list of a Twitter handle that has really great potential donation incentives. Just so you know, it came from Savvy. I'll send it to you. I'll let you check it out. Oh man, that's funny. A says Lorena's got such a beautiful, warm smile. Thanks for everything, guys.
Thank you.
Red Bandana Gaming says, "Hey everybody, the normal men did it. Let's go." That's right. Good to see you, Logan. Hey, by the way, Logan, I'd like to say thank you for allowing us to get our first warning on the channel for sexual content. By the way, I did a video based off of your Xbox drink thing, and I just know that it's all your fault and certainly not my fault. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. Gear says, remember how PewDiePie beat Dean Takahashi in just 10 seconds? Thought it was just a sarcastic joke. Takahashi Dean. It's so nub he couldn't play. Thank you, Gear. Appreciate that.
I realized I was muted, so I want to say we love Logan so much that he's actually scheduled back for December 5th. So he can go and give us another strike or something.
Josh says, are we tired of
Is
winning
that
yet?
after the strike expires, the first one?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Actually, no. I think it's let me triple check really fast. We may need to hold off on Logan being on the show.
No, he'll behave.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Let me do a quick glance.
He didn't do anything. It was you follow you. Listen, he's an enabler, but it was your decision.
Okay, so our warning will expire January 29th? What?
Logan, when you come back on December 5th, behave yourself. Thank you.
Oof. Logan, sorry, we got to bump you to February.
You can come on January 30th.
Oh my gosh, January 29th. You kidding me? TK says thank 4B for opting out of the future, but then again, there's not much chance for them to procreate anyways. My empathy tank for stupidity is empty. There you go. Kyle says it's unfortunate I can't say the T-Man's name on YouTube, and now that he's in power, I hope he can suppress ESG and the whole DEI nonsense. Yeah, the idea that you can't say Trump in a YouTube super chat is just fascinating to me.
Wait, they censor that? Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Josh says, there's a lot of diversity and beauty. Hot or attractive is a wide umbrella. That's true, Josh.
That's
Feminists won't produce. The world is healing. Let's go. Kyle came back, says, by the way, anyone here of the 4B movement, feminist big mad? Thank you very much, Kyle. Appreciate that. We just talked about that briefly. Kyle also came in and says, a Batman Arkham remaster would be interesting. Visually, it was extremely impressive, so ray tracing and improvements could do harm, not to mention if they decide to, quote-unquote, fix Harley and Ivy's assets for modern standards. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that greatly. All right, let's keep on moving on. We got one more story to hit before we say au revoir for the week, and that is an update on the Nintendo Palworld lawsuit. This is kind of crazy. Did you guys hear about this morning as the news came down?
No, I haven't seen this yet.
Palworld has elaborated on the Nintendo lawsuit. This is courtesy of Niche Gamer, who came in. Says so they're talking a little bit about it, and they said, according to Pocketware, Nintendo is seeking an injunction and damages in the tune of, wait for it, $65,000. That's it, $65,000, which is 10 million Japanese yen. But $65,000 doesn't seem like a whole lot. It says, while the money may not seem like a relatively small thing, given that Palworld has sold over 25 million copies at this point, the injunction is the main problem. Nintendo appears to want Palworld gone. An injunction would mean Pocket Pair would be forced to pull the game off the market in order to avoid continuing their alleged infringement against Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Pocket Pair also names 3 specific patents that are allegedly based on the lawsuits, these patents right here, which appear to essentially be 3 different versions of the same patent. And that patent is built around the idea of throwing out the Pokeball and capturing things. So that's where this whole thing stems from. So patent in question appears to try to protect the gameplay concept of using a projectile to spawn a creature in a 3D environment, with a creature being directed to engage in combat on the player's behalf. So I didn't know you can copyright that or create a patent around it, but apparently you can. So there you go.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, John, your initial thoughts on this?
This seems to be like Nintendo's modus operandi, right? They like to get engaged in the lawfare stuff, and they are usually really good at it, and they usually win. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Obviously, they see this Palworld as a huge threat to the Pokemon brand, and they're taking action against it, and they're going in. They probably saw this was the probably easiest route to go, and that's what they're doing. I think it's wrong, but that's what they're doing.
I heard somebody say this, and I felt like this really hit the nail on the head. The idea that, I think it was Alex who said, the reasons why we love Nintendo are the same reasons why we hate Nintendo. Right? The idea that they're so protective of their IPs, and that's what allows them to do such great things. But the thing that I don't understand about this is the idea that apparently Nintendo filed this patent after Palworld came out. So
I heard that.
I don't really know how that works. Yeah, which adds a layer of interesting to this for sure. God of Plague says, "Screw Nintendo. Palworld is awesome." Yeah, I played Palworld. I played Palworld. I thought it was pretty fun. Actually,
Yeah,
Palworld
I
is
liked
a
it.
type of game. Yeah, Palworld is a game that scares me because with all the crafting, I don't like playing crafting games because I would just get sucked into them and it'd take all my time away from doing like super important things. So when I played Palworld for like 2 or 3 hours and tried to see what was going on with it, I streamed it and I was like, this is way too fun. I hate this game. And so, yeah, I mean, I totally
My
get it.
biggest gripe with Palworld was you could spend hours in your world, right? That one map. But if you want to join someone else's, you had to start from scratch. And I'm like, well, that sucks. That's not fun for me. That's not a fun multiplayer game to play with friends. And that's what I wanted to play this game, with friends. And so, like, anytime you want to go to somebody else's place or bring someone else in, that person or you would have to start all over again. And I was like, that sucks. That feels like a waste of my time.
Yeah. I haven't played it, but from what I saw, I was like, oh, this game looks like it's just way too much fun with all the stuff that you could do. And honestly, if Palworld wasn't as popular as it is, Nintendo wouldn't have gave a crap about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, definitely. They're doing their best to protect their brands in the best way, in the best and worst way possible, for sure. Warbreaker came in with just trying to subvert the system in Mr. Hardcore mode as well. Thank you very much. That did work for sure. SNK fan says Call of Booty Modern Girthwear 3. Thank you very much, SNK fan. Mercenary says that Pokeball concept wouldn't work here in the USA. David just came in and says, so the Nintendoverse Pocket Pair has to do with Sony getting involved with Pocket Pair, using them to undermine Nintendo. Interesting idea for sure. Abdulio says, it's not mentioned in the article, but Nintendo is also trying to patent the concept of mounts in the lawsuit. I wonder if other studios will speak up.
Ooh, yeah. There's no way, because I mean, World of Warcraft and their mounts and all that stuff, like all of these games have, like, especially the MMOs and things have mounts. I mean, don't you have a mount in Monster Wild or a Monster Hunter Wilds, right? So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, a mount just being something that you ride, I guess,
or something.
I guess,
the brooms.
Nintendo really cornered that market when they created Yoshi on the Super Nintendo. James says, Blabs, there are mods to import other players onto friend servers.
It's true.
Facebook.
I don't really like doing a whole lot of mods because I often find I'll make something implode by accident with my skills. But also, I just think in the game they should have that option. We shouldn't have to mod it. Like that's just a poor thing to have. Game-wise, it's a poor gameplay idea in my opinion. Yeah.
Can you even ride your Pokemon in Pokemon? I guess you can in the newer ones, right? Like they did it in the most recent ones. So
isn't there that new game too that was leaked? That new Pokemon game that was leaked, and it's like very similar to Palworld now, and it's like, oh, this is why they're also doing the lawsuit. Yeah, I remember a couple weeks ago there was one.
Well, we'll obviously keep an eye on that for sure. That's interesting stuff, and it's a big lawsuit, to see kind of what that looks like. In Palworld, that is a smaller company. Yes, they sold 25 million units with Pocket Pair, but compared to Nintendo, that's pocket change. So Nintendo certainly has all the assets to go against, and from a legal warfare perspective, they could definitely maybe they settle probably out of court and save everybody a little bit of money. But Nintendo going after only $65,000, like I said, that's nothing to them. So it's more about the statement.
Which means it's not about the money, right? Yeah.
Right. 100%. All right, let's go and finish up with a nice little palate cleanser for the day. Blabs, I picked this one for you in particular because earlier this week you were talking about how you were scarred up from chickens on your arm.
Oh yeah, I'm not emo. I actually have scars.
Yes, yeah. Blabs is scarred up, and Blabs has lived on a farm for a long time. Lorena, you ever lived on a farm before?
I haven't lived on a farm, but considering where my rural Florida relatives live at, yes, I have been in that particular setting, and chickens are something else.
Yeah. John, you ever milked a cow before?
Probably at like a county fair, but I technically live on a farm right now. It's
let's go.
Zoned that way. My neighbors have chickens, donkeys. I can hear them like all throughout the day. So
cool. Nice. But can you hear this craziness happening going on? This was simply titled, "So You Want to Start a Farm?" That's all this was. And Blabs, I think you're going to greatly appreciate this video here. Good morning.
How did you do
Oh
that?
no, to get stuck?
Yeah, wow.
But
Dude, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
You've seen this before? I have not seen this.
Yeah, it's insane the shit that happens, man.
I can't stand goats, so I had to laugh at that one.
Put the goat down.
The donkey is having his way.
Yeah. Stupid goat.
Hey, Ron, you done fucked up. You got yourself stuck in a fucking cattle guard.
The fun fact, they actually have like gates on the floor because cattle can't walk on those type of pavements because obviously they'll just fall right in and they don't have like grips for their hooves either. So fun fact.
Hence what happened here. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just something fell over in the middle of the field. It's not actually for the ground.
Oh, okay.
Goats on the roof. Daggone it.
Please don't fall.
Oh gosh. Oh god.
Oh shit!
They gave him a whack fuck here. Whack.
Oh, see that dog was stupid. That dog was stupid. Okay, you don't do that to a horse.
That dog is hurt. That dog is really hurt.
Yeah, that dog is hurt.
Listen to the commentary here, though. Listen to what he says. This is spectacular.
They gave him a whack fuck here. Whack.
Oh,
No animals were harmed in this video. He didn't yell or scream.
I don't know, man. That dog took a hoof to the skull.
Yeah.
Unless he's got a really thick head.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
See you later.
No.
That's cow tipping right there.
Oh.
That's
That's kind of hurt. Poor cat.
Nice little palate cleanser to finish the week off right there. Blabs, can you relate to all that?
Yeah, I've seen some really wild shit, and I've been electrocuted a whole bunch of times with the fences, so I can feel them.
Oh no.
Oh man.
That's why I am the way I am.
That's right. Hey, Jacobs came in and says, from what I gather, patents don't have a time limit. It's usually who is the quickest to the draw. Example, Shadow of Mordor didn't patent their systems until after Shadow of War was released. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate that. Trinoculus P came in and says, Joe Biden. I'm guessing you're checking to see if you can say that. You can. Nathan says, as a gamer who's played a lot of Pokemon alternatives on Steam with the intention of making a curator list, Palworld is by far the most successful. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that. And Suffer So Proud says, wow, I'm very late to the stream. Hola, Lorena. Que bella. Besos mejor. Also, hi, Craig. You muted today, Craig's, to add to the streak lately? Actually, Blabs was muted today, so you can add that.
I did, because I forgot I muted myself on my stream deck, and I was like, la, 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 oh, wait. So.
Well, there we go. I think that's a great place to wrap it up for the week. A very fun week, to say the least, here on the show. Lorena, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you again?
Okay, well, first of all, thank you guys so much for having me back on the show. I love being on here and having fun with you guys and you guys here in the chat. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X, just saying whatever is on my mind. And of course, you can find me on YouTube for various videos and live streams, pop culture, sci-fi analysis. And of course, I do streams with the theme parks. And Saturday around 1:45 p.m. Eastern, I will be live at the Magic Kingdom, because it seems they're going to be taping the Christmas parade. So we're going to be out there, check that out, and taking some of the Christmas decorations around as well.
Nice. Well, those of you guys tuning in over on Lorena's channel, you can find us Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. We'd love for you guys to come over and join us when Lorena's not on. We're on live every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. We'd love for you guys to hop on over and join us as well. John, where can everybody find you, my friend?
Yeah, so I'm the host of the Trent Report here on YouTube. You can find me there covering a lot of pop culture, primarily video games, and providing my commentary on what's happening. And then obviously I will be the editor over at fandompulse.com. So you can find a lot of my work over there as well that I usually cover in my videos. Obviously I don't cover everything that I do, that I write on my videos, but you can find that there. And then I have a stock car racing channel too. I don't know how many people watch stock car racing, but John Trent Racing, you can find that where I cover a lot of like what's happening in the dirt late model world in NASCAR and everything. And there's obviously a lot of drama happening there over the past week. So
you say obviously, it's not obvious to me what happened.
Oh well, yeah. So if you're in NASCAR, there's they have this playoff system where basically you have like 3 races to win and basically get in or have the most points or whatever, and then there's 4 drivers that compete for like the championship in the final race at Phoenix. And basically, there's a bunch of race manipulation that was happening with drivers from certain manufacturers basically creating a blockade so other drivers couldn't pass them. They refused to pass. And then you had another driver basically tank on the last lap so his driver could pass him to get the points that he needed to have a tie. And there's all kinds of absolute shenanigans. And it's just a big black mark, and it's a complete and utter disgrace. And NASCAR is basically failing on penalizing anyone because they only penalize the cars that were engaged in the race manipulation, not the cars that would have benefited from it. So it's pretty bad.
Wow. Well, it sounds when there's money involved, tell you what, people will cheat. So
there's a lot of money too.
Yeah.
We have a locals tip I need to grab. Spoon Ninja for $1 says, "Did someone say my name?" And you guess who it is. Thank you, Spoon Ninja.
Spoon Ninja. Warbreaker says Sleepy Joe. Thank you, Warbreaker. And the Grateful Gamer says there's a censorship speech list. If you end up on that list, numerous words become unusable for you. Glad I fought for the right. Some veteran. Thank you so much, Grateful Gamer. Appreciate that. Well, I guarantee we're on that list for sure. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. John, thank you very much. Lorena, thank you very much. Blabs, thank you very much to you guys. And of course, thank you to you, Normal Men, for tuning into us Monday through Friday. We look forward to continuing to grow with you guys as we're back Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time with Yellow Flash. So great week as always. You guys get outside, touch the grass, go do some fun stuff that has nothing to do with the internet. Get out there. Weekend.
You're underwater. I'll finish up. Okay, Craig's underwater. So people gonna try to keep it down. Don't let them. You guys gotta go get them. We'll see you on Monday. And I'm sorry for Craig's behavior today. Fatality. I'm gonna do it.